Okay, a few days ago I posted a video to Jiang Council of Elders, and the message that I passed has been received positively by some people and really angrily and negatively by some people. And it's okay. That's how human beings are. Some people disagree, some people agree. That's fine. So disagreement is not what bothers me. That's okay. Some people have actually sent me some messages and they voice their concern in a very positive manner. That's fine. Some people are just being abusive, using that I'm stupid, I'm foolish, I'm an idiot. Okay. But what bothers me is this. In the video, I explained clearly that what I would want to see is for the Jiang Council of Elders, because they're very powerful, they're very influential to the president. So what I want them to do is to capitalize on that power and use that power for the good of the country. So to bring all the other tribal elders together and then sit down and see what can we do for South Sudan. It's okay for the Jiang people to look after their own interest. That's fine. But what is wrong is to use that influence and that solidarity to break down the country. Now, we've seen the Secretary General of the Jiang Council of Elders was in Australia. He was doing some sort of book tour, so he wrote a book about Dinka history or something. And I saw one of the videos, and the things he was saying were not good for the unity of South Sudan. And he talked about going on an image cleansing mission. If you want others to see us as Jiang in a positive light, then we have to do positive things. We can protect our interest. For example, a few years ago, I was head on with this guy called Elhak Paul, who was saying all Jiang are bad. And that I didn't agree. I wrote a series of articles against him saying it's not all of us, it's a few individuals, and I call them elitists. They are Jiang elitists who are destroying the country. So it's not, I can stand up for our interest if we are falsely accused. But this is what the Secretary General of Jiang Council of Elders said in Australia. One, he was sort of exalting Jiang above all other people. That in itself is not bad. To say we are great and blah blah, that's not bad, because everyone does that. Nuer will do that. In Equatoria, the Bari, Acholi, whatever, they will do that. They will try to show themselves. For example, Acholi, if you look at how they dance, I think not many people can match that. So different people have their ways of exhorting themselves. That's not bad. But what I didn't like is to use that to denigrate other people. For example, saying that Nuer are people who don't have restraint. And he talked about things like where Jiang people say concord, and that Nuer just say one thing. So they just act. They don't think. That's what he's saying. And that Jiang people, when something happens, they calm down and then they look at the situation before they act. And then he said Nuer, they just go in. So, and then he called Equatorians, all the tribes of Equatorian, because that's what many people use in South Sudan, as people who are egocentric. Now, if he wants to improve our image, and he's calling Nuer that they don't have self-restraint and Equatorian egocentric, how is that helping our image? It's reinforcing what other people say of us. Other people also say that we say we fought. Even if the majority of the fighting force was Jiang, we are still the majority in South Sudan. And also, we did that for the good of South Sudan. We cannot use that now to bully other people. It should be the sense of humility for us. We can humble ourselves down. So if Anay is going around in Australia saying that our image has been destroyed, no, it's not our image. It's not our image. It's only a few people. Even most of the non-Dinkas I talk to, they know it's not all Dinkas. It's just a few. It's not a few people, a small elitist group that are doing that. So to say, oh, we've been tarnished, no. It's you people who are tarnishing us. Now, if I say, because some young people who support these leaders, I'm not saying Jiang Council of Elders should not exist. I'm not saying they should not cater for the interest of their own interest or the interest of Jiang. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, they should not use that as a force of doing bad things. They should instrumentalize the power for good. So there are young people who go on and say, oh, this guy is like they be abusive. Now, if I say that the elders should use that to unite us, how is that bad? And I think some mindless young people who are just blinded by tribal parochialism and also by hatred, they think calling unity of all tribes is bad. Calling me stupid? Who is stupid? Someone calling for the unity, or someone supporting an elder who is denigrating other tribes? I don't know. First of all, I don't just criticize people and don't suggest. I criticize people and suggest some things. And then they will sit with me and say, okay, you criticize me and you say this. I cannot do this because of this. That's how people operate. But some people who are blinded, they don't see. I criticize for those people. I know some people don't read. They just see my name and then they assume what I've written. But I've written articles criticizing all the tribes in Equatoria, criticizing the Nuer, criticizing Riek Machar, but they don't see, they just want me to say every single day that Riek Machar is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but Riek Machar is not the president. I have a president, President Riek Machar, he is the president. So, Gen Council elders, they need to act like elders. They should not be the people who are belligerent, people who are always warning, that if this doesn't happen, there will be war. What are we supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? If I get angry, where can I go? Elders are the people to calm people down. The second thing that surprises me from young people is when you talk of humility, they get surprised. I'm just telling Council of Elders, just be humble and unite South Sudan. So any person with conscience would understand that calling for humility, calling for unity are not the bad things. But these are elders. Elders who divide people. Elders who say, we fought it, so we'll rule it. If you say that, what do you think other tribes will say? That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. That calling for unity is bad. I don't know. And some people have this idea that if what I'm saying in some cases aligns with the IO, that means I'm their supporters. I don't like the leadership of Riek Machar. I've studied his leadership since 1991. He's a populist, and populist is someone who just goes with what is popular with the people. He doesn't have to convince people again. It's already a popular idea, so he just looks like he's a champion of it, but he's not. So in 1991, he championed self-determination. Self-determination was already requested by South Sudanese in 1947, years before Riek Machar was born. So he's not the one who requested it. Federalism has been requested by many people from the Equatorian states. So he's not the first person to say it. So he's a populist. And the same thing with Kir Mayadi. Kir Mayadi has no individual ideas. He just goes with what has been brought to him. So I wouldn't just support leaders whose political ideals I don't ascribe to. And I don't see myself, I don't align myself with political parties. People in Calgary, they know I don't go to this SPLM or whatever, or SPLM X, SPLM X. I don't go. So let us just be people who like, people like us, we like at least that our country be united. Some young people, they get so angry when they see what I write and what I say. They get so angry. Sometimes it makes me laugh. What are you angry about?